Ooh, maybe. Okay. Um, so, so Kiara and Greinar, you were the ones who were sent with Sanballat to the lighthouse. In order to accommodate that, you guys are in the storage room space. Lightly restrained. I'm not going to say you guys have to fight too hard to get out of some ropes or anything, especially since you've been here for a bit, before the others were able to get to you. Uh, More or less, I'm going to have you guys do one check, and it'll be a really low DC to be able to get free. But unless there is going to be negotiations happening at this exact second, we're going to roll initiative. Should we just roll initiative, or do you guys want to try to talk through this first?
I'm definitely down for rolling initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, can't imagine what I would say that would help this situation.
So we're not going to break out of the ropes first. We're just gonna roll initiative.
No, you will on your turn, basically. Basically, you are just going to miss essentially one combat round, but honestly, this fight will probably last a hot second, so it should be fine. Well, I don't know. Let's see how you do. I mean, as far as how long this fight's gonna last.
Who knows when Vicaris is gonna set off a fireball and kill everyone? So
I don't have that yet. Oh wait, yeah,
yeah, you do.
You also have your Tides of Chaos back.
Yeah, which I'm about to use. So.
So everybody.
Will you roll initiative for me, please?
Certainly.
Matter of fact, let me use it for initiative. Okay.
If you want to blow it on that, you are welcome to. Okay. We got Zasha, Yumi, Vicaris, Greinar, Kiara. Yep. Okay. Okay, Greinar is up first. Your first round, you were able to finish pulling the ropes off of yourself. I would allow you to, because you already rolled, if you want, you can just help Kiara for your turn.
Okay. Sure.
It's up to you.
That's fine.
Alright. Okay. And then Kiara, you have been freed. Are you... Okay, you are in-game, so can you see where you are?
Nope.
Okay. Did that help? You have to zoom in. It's teeny tiny.
Oh, okay. We're the teeny tiny one.
Yeah.
Will you do this that you just did one more time?
Yeah, we're down.
Yeah, I see it.
That helps.
Okay. That was just very confused for a second. I'm going to give Grindard like a giant hug and give him bardic inspiration, and then after you, big guy. That's all I do. First.
Okay. Cool. There's definitely... Okay, Yumi was the one who came in first. Yeah. Let's, So he's sitting at Abernathy's desk with like his feet up at the on top of it, and seems rather casual and pleased with himself. And through the door with a wand, he pulls from his sleeve, fires off magic missile, 2 to Yumi and then 1 to Vikaris.
Dick.
5 to Yumi, I need to whisper off, and then 3 to Vikaris. And that is his turn. Vikaris, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna come through and be like, oh, taking someone's home's not very nice. Ooh. Wait, no, it's supposed to roll 20.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Okay, 12, we're good. And then, so I am going to use Tides of Chaos, because I'm gonna twin this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on. There it is. Boom. 25 to hit the 2 hobgoblins.
Oh, okay. I think you've got the range for that one. Yeah, okay. 25 will hit both of them.
Should we do it first? Yeah, let's do it first. 12.
Okay.
Oh,
That-
max damage.
Actually. The electricity blasts from each of your hands in both directions, ignites their armor and zaps them all to fuck, and that kills them both because they're hobgoblins and their HP is actually...
And then I'll just stare down Samboy.
Yup.
Sort of imagining an old school like cartoon effect of they flicker, you see their skeletons, and then just powder.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the skeleton is still there, but they're in like a pile of ash and clothing.
Yob will lumber her way into the doorway, and then at this fine fellow will continue her streak.
Aww. Bonus action for you, Yop?
Pout. My bonus action.
Yumi.
Yup is very large and very much in the doorway, isn't she?
Yes, but I allow for firing past allies. Only on a crit fail does it become an issue.
Alright, Yumi's just gonna shoot Sambolet,
Mm-hmm.
or attempt to. Oh, yeah, I don't think that hits.
It does, actually, because he is not wearing any armor.
When he doesn't have shield.
He doesn't. Well, you guys took his spell book, so...
Wait,
He's a
no, he
wizard,
has
he
it
would
back.
technically still have. Yeah, we did give him that back. But if he's
But
a
he
wizard, he
has
would
to
have whatever
prepare.
spells he had prepared.
Yes, he has a list that have been prepared, but he has not had a chance to re-prepare anything since getting his book back.
You dumb bitch.
Says the sorcerer.
Yes.
That is my turn.
Okay, the bandits are going to step forward. One of them is going to fire a crossbow bolt past Yop to Yumi. 7 is nothing. And then the second is going to attack with the scimitar at Yop with a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Just 6 slashing damage for you.
Okay.
And Zashel, you're up.
I will. Sorry, new spell. You forgot its range. 60 feet. Can I see Sanballat from here? Actually, from there, because that'll put me within 10 feet of this guy, right?
Yes, you can see him.
Perfect.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
All right. Ooh.
Sucker.
That's some juicy damage.
He takes 18 psychic damage,
Uh-huh.
and on a failed saving throw.
You will always know where he is.
No, this is the wrong spell.
No. Are you looking for
supposed to
Mind
be-
Thrust?
Yes, that's the one.
So on his next, it should be 3d6s, and on his next turn he must, I think, dodge or disengage. That's all
I
can do.
put the wrong spell into my freaking spell book.
Oh.
It's supposed to be Mind Thrust. He accidentally grabbed Mind Spike. Mind Thrust is the new one.
Okay. Is it the same damage?
No, it's 3d6.
No, it's 3d6. Let me
Okay.
just roll.
Yeah.
10 damage.
Okay.
And I believe he can't use his.
I believe he has to either run away. It's either run away from you or he can only dodge. It's one of those two.
On a failed save, the target takes 3d6 psychic damage, and it can use its action only to dash or disengage on its next turn.
Okay.
And that is only a bonus action to cast.
All right.
It's also an intelligence save instead of wisdom, but I don't think that. 3 is
Oh,
going
that
to
would make a
matter.
difference. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's a 3, so it'd only been a 5. Okay. But the roll would have made a difference. Yeah. Okay.
That's a bonus action to cast, so I can still cast a cantrip with a casting time of 1 action.
Mm-hmm.
Where did my character sheet? I closed it. 'Cause
If you double-click your name on the character sheets, it minimizes them. So you don't have to reopen and close, if that helps.
Wow, that is so crazy powerful. Why is that a bonus action?
Because it's
Because
not...
if they save, it doesn't do anything except half damage.
Yeah. It's
So does Mind Spike.
Mind Spike then lets you know exactly where a thing is for like an hour. It's a second level spell, yeah?
For concentration.
It's
Yeah,
a
these are both
yeah.
second level spells.
Yeah, that's not that bad. Con save to who?
This dude that is engaged with Yap with this time.
Gotcha.
He's the one that's in 10 feet.
Yikes.
So
Oh.
he takes 10 damage.
He's
10 poison damage. If he is in
alive.
fact a dwarf, he might be okay.
Is that it for you? Any more movement?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, Grynar. Looks like you moved. Did you
Oh, yeah.
dash or?
No, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares.
Okay.
So that's his 30, and then I will action surge. Can I get past these guys, or are they like in the doorway?
They are in the doorway. If you were to enter this room, you are going to take opportunity attacks.
That I don't really care about.
Okay.
I want to punch the face.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll go run up to Sanballat. I'll take an opportunity attacks. I don't care.
All right. 20 and 19 to hit.
Hits.
All right. Total of 12 slashing damage.
Alrighty, and then I'm going to try and punch Sanballat straight in the mouth.
Okay.
For a fucking nat 1. I don't think I have any. Do I have any inspiration right now? I don't think I do. Cool. From what?
She
Bardic
inspired you, yeah.
Well,
It's a nat 1. It automatically misses. It does not matter. I have
Yeah.
to have an actual inspiration. So I just spent all my dice, and I think we'll have so that'll be it for me.
okay. Kiara, are you on map? Can you see what's going on? Cass, you're muted, by the way.
I know, you gotta give me a second to get back the phone. Sorry.
No worries.
Well, you moved me. I mean, I kind of see me, but I'm on the top corner. I can't move myself on my phone. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. 1, 2, 3, 4 gets you into the room with 10 more feet of movement.
Whips have range, right? Question mark.
Whips have a 10-foot range, but nothing. The guy who's right next to you is dead.
Oh, he is? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just keep going, I guess.
All
As
right.
far as I could go.
All right, I'll take you to like right here.
Well, with my bonus too. But like not putting myself in danger.
You mean you're are you gonna dash? Because you don't have
Yeah.
rogue levels.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry. Just kidding. Wrong game. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
I'll hold my dagger to throw at someone that's not a friend.
No problem. Held action. Sounds great. Right. So he gets a disengage now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out the door. Actually, put him right there instead. And Vicaris. You're muted, Doug.
I am going to cast a spell that I haven't cast before. I'm super excited.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Every time you change seasons, we're still experimenting with spells you've not cast before. So.
Oh, no, this is the one that's my mainstay.
Ooh, yes.
Ah!
Oh wait. Do you have? Is Chaos Bolt the one that requires a 50 gold valued crystal to cast?
I don't
No,
think,
that's
I think
chromatic.
you're thinking of chromatic.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Chaos Ball.
Yes, a 10 does not hit, unfortunately.
Here, that's 6. All right.
Bonus
that's all I
action?
got.
Okay.
Nope.
Yup.
Okay. Is this the gentleman that's already taken damage, I believe, from Satchel?
Yes, and he looks like hot shit.
Okay. I am going to. I mean, this is going to be a non-lethal attempt. Of course, every attempt from is a non-lethal attempt, but
Watch this nat 20.
Does 13 hit?
It does.
Yay!
Episode 6, or actually, yeah, this is the 6th episode or 5th of sessions you've been a part of.
Good.
Holy God, that damage!
Yeah, that seems about right.
Is that supposed to be the
Wait,
damage?
it's not actually rolling a die, by the way.
Yeah.
It's literally 1 + 1.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't roll a die at all. Your damage is set to 1 instead of 1d
Yeah.
something.
Could be 1d6 for a mace.
All right, sweet. Well, I got him anyway. Don't take this away from Yup.
No, you did
I'm
the
just saying
thing.
you might want to fix that.
Get more damage.
Yeah. Well, up until this point, it hasn't made any difference. Yup.
We've never had to know. We've never checked that this is what happened because it's never
Right.
gotten this far.
So you see Yup swing wildly, so much so that she almost pulls herself off balance. And when she sort of collects herself, she looks back and gives a little cheer. She wants this dude out.
Wait, is she non-lethal, so he shouldn't have an axe? We need to know who we have alive.
Well, I'm. This is how I know he's down. I still see that he has life still.
Oh,
Yeah.
And with that, Yup will move in through the doorway and right up against this character.
Okay. Yumi, you're next.
Yumi is going to, I guess, go into the room.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's going to. This guy's right here.
Mm-hmm.
drop her bowl and pull out her rapier and try to stab him. Non-lethal.
Uh-huh.
I don't affects.
No, it does not.
That is her turn.
All right. Action surge or anything?
No, okay, I'll hold off.
Okay, cool. Then he will attack you with a 10. That's not gonna hit. And man, I kind of wish I'd brought the scouts on this mission because they have multi-attack, and that's fine. Anyway, Zashel, you're next.
Can I squeeze past to here, or will that provoke? Behind you.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
I didn't fully expect that there would be combat happening in the lighthouse. Otherwise, I would have bothered to make this map so much bigger. But it's fine.
That's fine. It's functional.
Yeah. What do you do?
That should there should put me within 10 feet of.
Yes. All right.
Aha! Take a poison. Probably not.
No. No, that's not a good roll. Okay. That one obviously did not hurt as much as the first one had.
No, not nearly. Looking over Abernathy and the other two really quickly, is anybody like in a truly bad way, or are they awake and conscious?
Abernathy is unconscious. That could be literally any reason. And Sunny and Missy look okay, but stuck.
All right, I'm gonna save my healing light. I'm not gonna. That's it.
Grinar?
Grinar runs over, grabs the back of Semblett's shirt, and spins him around and attempts to shoot him in the mouth again. That's
Okay.
15 hit.
Mm-hmm.
Rainy, that is 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I will use a maneuver. We'll go ahead and restraining strike.
Okay.
So this is going to be an athletics plus 1d8. Cool.
What does that... Does he have to do anything, or is this just the...
It's a grapple check. Yeah, it's a grapple check from him.
Okay, so he gets to make an athletics check, correct?
He can make an athletics or acrobatics check, whatever.
Okay. Whoa, okay.
Okay. So he is grappled and restrained.
Okay.
That's restraining strike right there for you. And then, believe. Oh, he also takes a D4 damage because of grappled.
Mm-hmm.
So another damage.
Okay. That is actually enough to knock him unconscious.
All right, perfect. I just have him by the neck while I like punch him in the spleen like that. So.
Okay. Kiara?
Do I have enough movement speed to get up behind Yumi? And does anybody look like they need anything? Like a hug or like some encouragement?
You can get all the way to the door, and everyone's actually looking pretty okay. Yumi and Bakar are the only one who've taken any harm thus far.
There's a bandit who needs a dagger.
That is true. You could just chuck your dagger if you'd like.
Where's the bandit?
Right here.
Oh,
There he is.
I will slap him with my whip.
All right. Can you roll or do you want me to?
I can roll.
All right. Oh,
Just
pity.
kidding.
Okay. Vicaris?
I'm gonna play it safe now and play Ray of Frost. Wow.
Damn it.
Oh, that was a nat one.
I know.
Through people.
Yeah. Through two people. Let's actually have Yumi and Kiara make dex saves real quick.
Of course.
All right. All good. No worries, fellas.
Us girls are flexible.
Oh,
Yop
gee,
is up.
sorry.
Yop, now brimming with confidence, will try a non-lethal strike on this guy's noggin.
You
Yeah.
hit. 2 damage, just ow.
He's still not rolling it.
No, it's not working. Okay, Adam,
Just roll
I'm
a
going to
D6.
try to fix it
Great.
real quick.
In the meantime,
So it's actually 6 damage instead of 2.
it's actually 7
Okay.
because I got a +1 on the mace.
Oh, right.
Okay. All right. And then we'll do bloop, and then the +1 to the other one. All right. Okay. The new mace in your character sheet works now.
Nice.
So 7 damage.
Yeah, it's not adding anything to his damage roll.
All right.
Yeah, it's not adding any modifiers.
Okay. Oh, that's weird.
I don't have a modifier for my strength.
It's not adding the +1.
We'll work on it.
We'll get there.
So it's D6 plus 1 total.
Yes. It's he again says "ow" as you club him over the head, and then drops. That is everybody.
Nice, and we've got 3 people still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Why were these guys easier than spiders?
My bad for killing the others.
Because you guys were level 3.
No, I mean Yumi as a character doesn't know that.
We should tie these guys up before they wake up.
Oh, I have handcuffs, and she'll bring out 3 pink handcuffs.
Lovely.
Oh,
I will set about untying Abernathy and the crab.
Griner
Because for
drags.
whatever reason, I cannot remember the other two's name.
Griner drags Sambalek with his like arms still like wrapped around his neck as he just like drags him back into the room. He's like, "Got him."
Okay, so
And
he's
just-
dead.
What? Well,
So,
not
he's
not
dead.
dead. not dead.
Well, are you choking him or are you not?
Well, I mean, I choked him out and I drag him back in the room and then I drop him on the floor.
Okay. All right.
Just
As soon as Sunny's up, he'll help get everyone else untied as well.
who was injured in that fight? It was Yop and who else?
Yumi and Vikaris. I don't think Yop
Oh.
was.
Yeah, I
No,
got
Yop
hit.
got hit.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
you did.
So Griner comes over and pulls out his med kit, healer's kit, and it's like, all right, sit still, and he starts like wrapping wounds and administering minor first aid. Not that it's super necessary, but just cleans wounds and wraps them and all that stuff.
Okay. Abernathy, as soon as he's untied, he's been like lightly snoring, but he goes, who are those people?
Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to see that you're all back. Who were those people? And how did they get? Who let them in? And Sunny kind of rolls his eyes.
Wait, do you even have a lock here?
Oh, there's a lock, and Sunny whispers to him to remind him that Grynar and Kiara had been with them and brought them inside, and then things had gone badly. And he's like, well, what are you guys doing bringing dangerous strangers and brigands and thieves into your own house?
That wasn't my intention.
It was a ruse. They're all captured. Well, mostly captured. Okay, 40% are captured. The other 3 we should take outside.
Say no more. And he gets up and starts dragging the dead bodies outside and hurling them into the sea.
Wait, no. We need to take their stuff off.
It's a good thing you said something.
He chases after him. I think this would be useful, and start taking their armor off of them.
That's smart. And then he helps with that, and then begins to again push them into the sea, and it is starting to rain. And it's beginning to rain hard. And then what?
Well, I suggest we go through these 3 and see if they have anything valuable.
Also, we should definitely take everything off of Sandblood again. Including his spell. Just specifically pointing that out. The spellbook has to go.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Well, I'll take it. And I rush up to grab the book.
Okay.
If I could later, there is a spell in there that I would like to transcribe. It won't harm the spellbook at all, but that's for another time.
Oh, sure.
There's the spell book. He has 3 daggers on him and a wand and 10 gold pieces on him. And the bandits just have scimitars, crossbows, and leather armor.
As I'm rifling through possessions, I will turn, I guess, to Yumi and Kiara and just comment, combat is much more difficult than it seems.
I totally agree, Yop. I'm not that good at it either.
Oh, I don't know. I think you're just fine, Yumi.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you did.
That was
Kiara.
No, that was
Kiara. My bad.
I think Yumi is just coming in soaking wet with 2 hobgoblin armors. Just about now.
Abernathy is helping you carry them and says, do you want anywhere this to be stored? Have you guys picked a place to keep your spare armaments or other goods?
Not really.
Should
Truth
I
be
take
told,
these
Em,
upstairs?
I was about to say, truth be told, I don't think we've really done more than settled down a bed here. So...
I know that. I'm trying to be subtle. Is it working?
You can
No, I
just leave it
just
here
still
for
feel
now.
kind of...
We'll figure it
yes.
out. We might just take it into town to sell.
He just drops everything on the floor with a clatter. And then yells, "Boy! Get the girl and come back out here!" And then Sunny and Missy come over here, and he talks quietly with them, and then they actually go upstairs.
I would like to eavesdrop on that.
Okay. Roll perception.
Something I'm not great at.
He's mostly just telling him to go and get some rest because he knows that they've had an eventful and difficult evening. Well then, it's late, and it's storming outside. What is your plans next? And again, why were these bandits brought into the home? You know, if the Major finds out that he's had strangers in the house, we might all be in trouble.
Who is the Major?
The owner of
I'm sorry,
the lighthouse.
I'm asking that out of character because I've completely forgotten.
He's the owner of the lighthouse, and the lightkeeper.
He lives on one of the floors, and we're not supposed to go there.
He lives in one of the rooms on wrong tab. On the quote unquote first floor, the floor above ground level.
Doesn't he live in the room that has no ceiling?
Funny enough, because you've not been in that room, you have no way to determine that. You would assume that because room 4 has no floor, that would mean room 7 has no ceiling, but you can't see from floor 4 down into room 7, or room 4 into room 7.
That's weird, but
it is.
Well, we should investigate that one day, guys.
Yeah, no, that's... Is anybody still hurt? By the way?
I'll be fine. I can
Just but a scratch.
Okay. Just saying, if we're going to short rest, I might as well burn my other spell slot.
Well, aren't we late in the evening at this point?
It's like getting close to midnight. It's
Yeah.
long rest time.
Yeah, we've got 3, well, I guess as long as we set up a guard schedule on these guys. These 3.
Yeah, absolutely. So is that the plan now? Set up who's on guard duty at what times and take a long rest and haul these guys into town in the morning?
Well, I do really only need 4 hours of sleep.
You should try 8 sometimes. It's quite wonderful.
Oh, what a waste of time. Why did that come out Irish?
I'm sorry, everybody. Baby just came home. Hey, go with
Welcome
Grandma.
home, baby.
There's so much to be done. I don't know why I'd sleep for 4 hours. Or for 8 hours. 8 whole hours.
Yeah, see, he gets it. Crying at the thought of sleeping for 8 hours.
Oh, if he slept for 8 hours, my life would be great. You saying hi? I gotta be quiet though. Okay. What are you guys doing then? How are you setting up watches? Are you tying everybody up? What are your plans?
Oh, well, you and me already put everyone in handcuffs, so they are tied up.
Mhm.
I guess we'll tie their legs up too.
Tie their legs to each other, too.
That's a
that's
good
fine.
idea.
Yeah, give it
Chain
get a
gang.
good we'll get the fucking Obi-Wan chain to fucking Dooku. That was hilarious. Perfection.
And, Yop will take the first shift of watch, and in addition, whenever her shift is over, presuming she survives, she'll just sleep right in this room and crawl up into her shell.
Abernathy does request that you move everybody from his own personal quarters.
Right.
Here's-
We're going to need
here's a
some
thought.
real map labels.
Could we perhaps put one of the slaves, not slaves, on watch?
Well, we could, but then what happens if they break free?
How
I
about
mean,
How about we have Yop on first watch, I'll take second watch, and then the Eladrin
I'll take
the
third.
last 4. Well, we
Oh,
only
I'd be
need
happy to take the last 4.
Wonderful. Where should we
That's our
put
plan.
them? What's in room 11 here? Can we just drag them into there?
Yeah, it's just the dining room.
Lovely.
Just so you
Perfect.
guys know, the doodle tool, you guys can just type words onto
Oh.
the. Yeah, you guys can put whatever you. You guys could write whatever you wanted on the map.
Reading between the lines, she said, "Stop asking me fucking questions that I've already answered."
No, it was more of a I am at your mercy, but I will delete anything I need to.
Wait, what?
Hey, when we're cleaning up audio, are we getting rid of curse words?
Wait, what is Venice?
Misspelled penis.
I loved that band from the 80s. Misspelled penis. They were great.
Yes. The bigger the better, that's what I say.
Hey, Doug, that may or may not have been the gayest thing I've heard you say so far.
I didn't
Do
know.
you want to know why? Because my bartender friend made me a drink. So, pew, 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 get ready.
Okay. So, first up watch was Yop, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll perception, and everyone else is welcome to move to wherever they want to be sleeping.
Which one's our room?
You guys
On
have
the first
room.
floor?
You
I think
guys
we're on the second
have
floor.
rooms 8, 10, and 6, and 5, and 2, and 3 at your disposal. Room 8 is the one that has all the mattresses with stab wounds.
I'm confused by mattresses with stab wounds.
They were mattresses that had puncture wounds and blood stains on them. Oh, hold on. Push to talk. Okay, 18 perception. 18 perception. They definitely know that you're watching them and don't try anything until they pass out.
Excellent. And I will just wait for whomever's coming to relieve me.
Was that Yumi or
Griner.
Okay.
I'm third. Yeah.
So yeah, Griner is
Yumi, you will
sleeping
not
by
be doing watch.
by the door, leading outside, so they'd have to walk past him. But Griner will come in and relieve Yop, and just sort of like leans against the wall or sits down in the chair, just looks at him.
All right. Okay. 10 perception kind of puts you in more of a lazy mood where they begin to move. Like if they wake up, they begin to move a bit, but then you catch them and they settle back down. Vicaris, you're insisting on taking the third watch?
Absolutely.
All right. How do you look to Griner and Yumi, who appear to be down in the room as well?
Are they awake?
Griner
Yeah.
at least would be.
Okay,
Yumi is sleeping until her watch.
Okay.
Yumi, you don't have a watch.
Only has a watch. Hold it.
So as I have to walk to the room, right? Where are they at? Yep, the dining room. Cool. So as I walk into the room, Grydar will see, like, I'm just completely blue. My hair seems like frozen in place, and like over, you can kind of see like crystals forming around like my cheeks and my chin. And I just look on my face. I look just kind of like over it.
I gotta say, out of all of them, this one I think makes you look the most different.
I've been waiting for this one. Oh, I didn't practice the accent though.
I do love the description of just over it. Why don't you roll me perception as well?
Boom. 17.
Okay. Your ultimately alien and creepy demeanor stops any shenanigans.
Let me know.
Okay. Morning comes. You all slept to the sound of storming rain and the sound of waves crashing up against the island and sweeping over it. A little bit of water coming under the front door, but Abernathy in the morning quickly goes to mop up and seal the cracks. What do you do in the morning?
I think Yumi will wake up pretty early and look at Vicaris and say, "Why didn't anyone wake me up for my watch?"
Vicaris is the only one awake in that room.
Yes, and he is. And why did you not wake me up for my watch? Hello?
Doug, you're muted.
Is he here?
Doug, you're drunk.
Oh my god, thank you. I love when I have dialogue and nobody hears it. Sorry, I'm back. Okay. This was not needed. I covered.
I'm sorry, what?
This was not needed.
Why wasn't it needed?
I was more than capable.
But I said I would do it.
No. You'll sleep. You'll need this sleep.
And she'll look at you with big sad eyes as if she wasn't good enough. Looking up her watch.
Yop is also asleep here. Might be woken by the sounds of people talking, might not be, I don't know.
Yop slowly emerges from her shell and gives a big long stretch and puts her hat back on and looks over at this blue icy creature. Oh, goodness! Who might you be?
Oh, I am Vicaris, of course. And then I'll show him my little badge.
Oh, so there's another side to you. This is quite interesting.
Yes, but this is still me.
Well, it's lovely to see you, and it's a lovely new form you have. Good morning, Yumi.
Okay.
Oh, well, everyone's a little slow this morning. That's fine. And Yop will excuse herself. And I don't know where she'll go. She'll probably go outside just right out front, or maybe around a little bit. Take in the day. I understand it's raining quite hard, and she'll spend some time out here in the rain, doing her morning prayers and morning meditations, and that's where she'll be for the next 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay. Missy enters from the kitchens into the dining room behind Vikaris and Yumi. And she has some eggs and oatmeal and some breakfast foods, but she sees the 3 thieves and just immediately backs back up into the kitchen and closes the door. Greinar, Kiara, Zashel, what are you all up to?
I say that I was already down on the ground floor with Abernathy, mending any holes that are size worthy to use the mending spell on to stop them from leaking all over our what is supposed to be our new house / hideout.
Yes, absolutely.
Could I have been up earlier doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the stairs, you have noticed that the rain has somehow moved through the stairwell, and you can only imagine through the lookout loft, and is kind of running in tiny streams down the walls and on the stairs. And when you get to the ground floor, the water doesn't pool. It just kind of it just keeps running, but doesn't stop moving and just kind of goes away. You can't even really tell
there's
where.
A basement?
That would be the assumption, but you know that there's not a basement. Like that's how it would look to be, but there is not there's not cracks or anything it's leaking down into. It's just going away.
Huh. Weird. Mending.
Okay. Greinar?
Greinar is praying in the morning.
Okay. Where are you doing that? Mostly asking how private you make this affair.
Somewhere where no one else is.
Okay, cool. That's not a problem. And Zashel.
Zashel wakes up, sees there is no one around, also sees that there is no sun out because of the rain, and will just come downstairs. Oh, good morning, Kiara. I guess they're all in the dining room still.
Honestly, I haven't really seen anybody but Abernathy. I'm pretty positive Yop went outside because nobody is as beautifully thick as her. So I'm pretty sure Yop's outside. But I only see Yop out of the corner of my eye. Other than that, does this water that's just magically kind of disappearing look weird to you in any way? I'm just gonna point out how the water just randomly just kind of stops, but still goes. However
just vanishes.
You explained it. Yeah, vanishes. There you go.
That is very weird. I will freeze the water in place and do it. Let's do it.
Oh. The water at the base of the stairwell freezes, and the water that is continuing to run moves over and under it and continues to move away, but the frozen ice remains still. Let's see, how much space? 5 foot cube? Yeah, okay. Let's see. I think you see a little bit of when you freeze the water, there's a minor cracking of some stone in the flagstones at the stairwell, but nothing too severe and nothing that would kind of lead you to believe that it's like seeping through the stone and then vanishing.
That is just one more weird thing about this tower to investigate at some point. This lighthouse, rather.
All right.
And I will let the water unfreeze.
And then it begins to drift away, and there is no more like accumulation of water. Then what?
We should probably get those 3 over to. Wait, I took notes on this. Craddock. I believe Craddock Stonehorn is the guard captain, dude.
The jailhouse keeper. Yeah, you can do that. Once you collect everybody, which wouldn't be too hard, I don't think.
Yeah. By the way, we're supposed to meet those new recruits at the dock, so we should probably get going. Right?
Oh, right. Yes, we're supposed to meet them this morning. Did I take notes on their names? I did not.
You did not even ask them.
Wait, I thought we did, and you put their names in the chat.
I put their names in the chat, but you had not asked their names.
Ah, okay.
Toby and Micah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Unless there's anything else you'd like to do at the lighthouse, you guys now have the keel boat that Sanballat had sailed here. Those who are upstairs, I'll give this to Greinar, who was looking for a bit of privacy. The first floor in room 10 where you are is where all of the stolen, smuggled goods are being stowed.
Alrighty. So,
Oh yeah, we need to know what those are.
So, Greinar finishes his prayer, and are they like sealed containers? What am I looking at?
So there are small kegs that make liquid sloshing sounds when you rock them around. There are bolts of very expensive fabric that are sitting on top of nailed, closed, and sealed crates. Wooden crates that are about 4 feet by 4 feet. Pretty big.
Alrighty. I do not have crowbars, so Reiner will come downstairs and say to no one in particular, what are we doing with the crates upstairs?
What are in the crates again?
Well, in the crates themselves, I'm not sure, but there's, there's bolts of cloth and liquid of some sort. Are they stamped?
The boxes are not.
Okay, not the barrels.
Yes, they are. They
Are
have
what I think they are. Are they what I think they are?
Maybe sometimes I make stuff up for different games, so no.
Okay. That's
No,
why I asked.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, that game had a very different subplot you guys were chasing, so I gave different things. This one is just oh shoot! Now I'm thinking the name that I might have written down might still be the same name, but it's fine. We'll just do this one. There we go. That definitely was not the same name, so.
So he will say, well, there was some barrels that were stamped Goldenwood brandy, and there was some very nice looking cloth.
Did someone say brandy?
Yes. And then there was crates that weren't marked.
be pet, and then she attacks.
What?
Sorry, my bad.
Well, if you're thinking of opening them, I could go assist you. You know, just in case anything, we need to, like, document. Maybe we could sell it back to people or something or whatever. Help you take inventory.
Granite just shrugged and said, I really just need a crowbar.
Oh, I think I have one of those.
Kreiner looks confused at Kiara, like, why the fuck do you have a crowbar? But he shrugs and goes, okay, let's go open the crates.
I think. I'm not positive. I can't remember what I have.
I mean, if you didn't have one, it would be just as funny, so... Oh, I have one of those. We get up there. I'm like, alright. And you're like, oh, no.
Oh, no, I forgot. I just took the extra disguise kit instead. I did have the option to take a burglar's pack, but I wanted the extra disguise kit instead.
But you have 2 disguise kits?
I have 3. I have to put it on everybody. Everybody's got to look like a clown at one point in this game.
You can just use the same disguise kit multiple times. I'm confused.
Yeah, but I could give it to you guys. Does that make sense?
Don't ask Reinar to apply makeup, that's all I'm saying.
Are we supposed to bring the crates to somebody? I feel like we were supposed to bring the crates to Eleander. Or just report on what they had?
I will remind you in your contract, it says return as much as you can bring.
Hey, there we go.
Okay, so...
I don't have a crowbar, but I do have this shovel. Maybe we could use that to pry open some of the crates.
I mean, do we really even need to open them? They all need to go back to Eleander.
Well, hold on. It says bring as much back as we can, right?
Well, it says whatever you find, you will return with the promise that anything you might. Part of the contract is the promise that if you perform your task well enough, you might be rewarded some of those goods or their value equivalent as an additional reward.
As bonus, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll leave that one to the lawyer then.
Oh. Also, sorry to interrupt, but our boat is tiny. So we should probably take the people and then the goods separate, but we also have people waiting, so...
Why?
No, now we have Sanballet's boat.
Oh,
Yeah, we have
true.
his keel
I forgot
boat.
we had his boat. Is that ours now? Do we get to keep that?
I mean, we don't have to tell them that we took it from him, technically. I mean, I don't think that's...
Oh,
Well,
I
it's
believe-
it's not a smuggled good, so I believe it's basically
I
ours.
think that's
by right.
ours. Yeah. Right of conquest. I like it.
Also, I can do that, and I will set about making a floating disc. It'll take me about 10 minutes.
Okay.
I very desperately, I realize it's only 3 feet in diameter, which is not very big, but I desperately want to put all 3 of the captives on it and just be like, yeah, go ahead, start shit with your hands tied. See how that works for you.
We can stack them on top of each other like flour bags. And Yumi will start stacking them on the disc.
Now,
You
we
be
are
over
still
here playing
people.
monkeys in a barrel.
But wait, they might roll off if we do it that way. What if we put them all on back to back and their feet hung off of the disc?
Yeah, that's what I mean. We hang them over the disc, like their
Well,
bodies
that's-
on
yeah.
it and their arms or legs are hanging over it, like flour sacks.
Well, I believe
Sorry.
Yumi meant, like, sitting up, and we, like, tie them so that all 3 of them have their backs to each other. A little
No,
triangle.
I mean we lay them on top of each other.
Well, yeah, but they could roll off if we do that.
We can tie
Gives
them
them
onto the disc
incentive to
after
try
we
to stay
stack
on,
them.
doesn't it?
Sanballet even just says out loud, or you could put us in the boat with you and put any of the goods you wish to carry with you on
Put him on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah,
These
you really
are-
shouldn't. You really shouldn't have stuck your nose in this one, buddy. We just
These are
grab him by
criminals,
the.
yes? Should they fall, that is just the ashness of the way. That is what they have chosen.
Does
Does anybody understand the music chorus? Or is it just me?
I'm sorry. I'm
Griner
still
just-
laughing at Yop on put him on the bottom because I'm just imagining Yop looking straight, like dead in his eyes, like, keep talking, bitch. Keep talking.
But Griner also looks at him. And, yeah, you really shouldn't have said that. And shoves a rag in his mouth.
I mean, as soon as you stop looking, he spits it out.
I'm just curious. Does anybody else picture Yop in like really big, like granny clothes with like an apron on? And when she just said that, for some reason, I pictured her having like a rolling pin covered in fucking like flour, and she just started slapping it in her hand as she was like, "And you're gonna go on bottom."
Oh, Lord.
I
I mean, her artwork does have her wearing basically what you described, I think.
Well, no, she's
That's how I imagine it in my head, at least. I don't know,
she's
maybe I'm tripping as well.
she's naked except for her leather apron because she's a turtle.
Well, that leather apron,
Big hat.
yellow sash, and yellow hat.
Yep.
And other than that, nothing.
Oh, that's why Kiara likes her so much.
Other than that, a big, thick, knobby shell.
Thick.
Did you need
Sorry.
to call it thick?
Knobby.
There's so many
Thick
problems. So many
Sorry.
problems with that fucking sentence.
To be clear, I had to use all of those words.
That is actually true.
So
You're
Griner,
right.
were we still gonna look at the barrels? Just curious.
I think an
What do you
inventory is not against our contract with Eleander. It actually might speed things up, as a detailed accounting would allow us to more rapidly explain what we have. And
I have
Go.
found that a detailed account is always important. This is what the company wants from us, yes?
Kiara's gonna shake her head no, and she's gonna look at the group and shrug.
I love that Kiara can't understand this version of Icarus.
Yop would like to go out front and look for several sticks.
Oh. Okay. Roll investigation or perception. Okay. So I think that there's a couple of, you can find a couple of sticks, maybe 3 or 4, but they're all they are damaged or waterlogged from.
Even better. Exactly what I'm looking for.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's driftwood what you found.
Great. I will go back in. Right, and while they are taking the inventory, I will say to whoever is still in this room, I think I still need some practice. And I will make sure all my blows are non-lethal, but I will start with the soggiest stick I have and just start beating these people.
Oh my god.
Yumi is gonna back out of the room and go find Dasho.
Okay.
I'm not trying to do any real damage. I'm just trying to.
You're just trying to hit them with sticks. No, I understand what's happening.
We got it.
Well, I intentionally
See
picked
how
the
much candy
wettest,
pops
soggiest
out.
stick to do as little damage as possible. Right? And I'm
Still
making sure-
hurts.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh.
Yop is has come up with a scientific experiment to try and solve the problem of why she is so ineffective in combat.
Okay. So, I had a thing when you said you were just going to start hitting them, these defenseless people, where I was going to let them all roll 2 I don't know, either evade, pull their hands from their cuffs, any number of things, because they've had all night to do something. One of them pulled a natural 20 plus a couple to pull himself from his handcuffs.
Oh no.
So, let's take these X's off real quick.
Alrighty, prepare to get the smackdown of a lifetime, my guy.
I mean, he's just free, and all
Naked?
he's going not naked. They're not only wearing leather armor, you freaks.
No, I meant not wearing armor. Sorry.
No, he's just going to move to the door with his hands up, and let's see. Let's check everyone else's. Let's see how successful everybody else is.
Wait, I should. I would still be in that room, right?
Were you not going to go check the inventory?
Yeah,
I had-
that's something I would do.
I had no reason to go up with him once they're doing inventory. So.
I did, so I would be inventory.
Yes, exactly.
I am-
Okay.
Sasha is.
Okay, so this guy, still cuffed, tries to still like scooch away, but he's still pretty well secured. But the guy over here is actively free.
And just to be clear,
Mhm.
they no longer have armor or weapons, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Let's roll initiative. Just so it's not just hell.
Oh wow.
Oh, no, okay. Okay. Vicaris is up first. You have no idea anything's happening.
Yeah, I'm
So-
gonna determine the value of things.
Yeah, exactly. Let's actually do that real quick. Roll your, what is it? The
Intelligence plus proficiency.
Plus proficiency.
Yeah, I'll just do history.
All right.
Boom.
Ooh.
Jeez. Nice.
The silk, the bolts of silk are altogether of similar quality and look like they might be from the same weaver. Valued at 50 gold a bolt, and there are 8 bolts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, question. Are you gonna type down what she's saying, or do you want me to? I need to know so I know if I need to grab a pen.
It's
I'm taking-
his.
Also,
It's Vicaris's specific job, so we'll leave it to him. And if he fucks it up, that means that's everyone else gets to yell at him.
I put it in chat.
Oh, because I was gonna do it as well, but then I heard other people wanted to go too, so I wanted to ask.
Okay.
Before I also took notes.
Roll 2 more of the. Well, roll 1 more for the casks, and then you guys have to get into the chest to figure out what's there. Okay. The golden wood brandy does not look to be nearly as valuable. But there are 13 of those. There's a lot of those. Okay. First bandit, who is still tied up, is going to take another action to try to break his bonds. It's not gonna go well. No, it's not. Second bandit is just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You hear someone screaming from the kitchen. It's Missy and Zashel.
I just heard the scream.
Sure.
I mean,
She's
I'm
loud.
upstairs, so
Yeah. Actually, no, there's too many walls between you and the, yeah, no.
Isn't it directly below them, like through the floor?
Okay, roll perception. How about that? We'll do it that way.
Can we all roll perception?
Everyone on that floor can roll perception, yeah.
Sweet.
Someone just whatever.
Someone
Goes back to his book, writing stuff down.
Cool.
Hey.
So there are 8 bolts of silk in that crate, or in each crate, Vicaris? Who's going through these crates again?
The crates have not yet been opened. These have just been sitting on top of the crates.
Oh, those are loose.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'll roleplay my perception check in my next turn.
Okay. And Yop.
The first thing I will do is scream out, "We got a problem down here!" And then I have no idea how movement works on this particular map.
You can move 6 spaces per.
Okay.
Yeah. You can eyeball it. I'm not going to be too.
Right. So I'm going to stay in this room for the time being, and I actually think I'm gonna get right next to these two and just tell that I'll pull my mace out and just say, I wouldn't follow your friend's plan if I were you.
Would you roll intimidation for me?
Oh, I'm super intimidating. Are you kidding me? Can I make you a cup of soup?
I love how you guys are just hurting yourselves by always rolling with advantage and just like, oh, that could have been a 20. Cries.
I mean, it's just like the default. It's fine. Yumi, you are next. You can help open the crates that are still sealed.
I'm here to ask Dasho about the new recruits that are probably waiting at the docks where it's raining heavily and just waiting for us there. That we should probably go see and try to drag him downstairs so we can leave by the rowboats. And then everyone else do the other thing. Because he is the face.
Okay. Zashel, do you allow her to pull you or do you resist?
No, I'll go with Yumi. That makes sense. We should we can go through all this stuff while it's on the keelboat. Grynar, if you could wait, where's Grynar? Huh.
In the entry.
Yeah, no, I realized that. Zashel, for whatever reason, thought you were up here to help move the crates and open the crates because you are the strong one.
No one asked for me.
So you guys can move up to you can move 30 feet or you can dash and do the 60. Since he's not resisting.
The movement in the stairs work.
2, 3. I would say it would take we'll make it really easy. It takes a full 30 feet movement to get from one floor to another. That feels reasonable.
Yeah.
So we
I
end in
will
the
still
entryway.
be on the stairs then, I guess.
Alright.
Almost at the entryway.
Okay. Grynar?
So Griner takes off running. I don't remember what I did with math. I think this was 9. So Griner takes off running and busts open this door, looking in the kitchen, and sees Missy presumably frightened and this guy probably looking for a way out. And he just points and yells at him, "You stay away from her or I will break you into 12 pieces."
Oh, he is nowhere near her. He just ran through, like he's clearly running through the room. Just so you know, but you can let that threat stand.
Yeah. Griner just heard her scream and just breaks into the room ready to beat ass.
Mm-hmm.
The 18 intimidation.
Okay. I mean, he freezes for a moment, and you can tell he is just kind of only now acknowledging the other person in the room. And a little bit, and jumps back a little bit.
What is his reaction? Like, is he still coming towards me? Or is he going the other way? What is he doing right now?
As it is like the end of his turn, he is more or less stopped. And with the door opening, he has stopped moving in that direction, but he still looks ready to move.
I'm gonna, you know what? Just to end this, I'm going to action surge, finish the rest of my dash up to him, and then just grapple him.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll just knock him out. It's probably easier. That's a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Greiner walks up and is this a human?
Yeah.
Okay. Greiner lunges at him, and just tackles him to the ground, and just lands a punch in his face. I'm presuming he's unconscious. Is he unconscious? I don't know how much health he has. Oh,
No.
okay. In that case, bonus action grapple as well. I mean, it doesn't matter what race they are. Like, it was just was thinking about if I was thinking a dwarf, I was like, oh, kick him in the face. I was like, it's a little BM.
It like I don't put much thought into it until you guys give these people identities, so it doesn't matter. So a bonus action grapple?
I'll go ahead and do restraining just for extra meme status, and we'll just grapple the shit out of him.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So he is grappled and restrained. Greiner has him. He has locked one of his arms in place, and he's got him. And then he gets an extra D4 as well.
You hear something pop, and he cries out, and equivalent of unconscious.
No. So then Greiner repeats it. Greiner, as he presumably ghost lips, Greiner grabs him by the collar and drags him out. He's like, "Sorry about that, Missy," and just drags him back into the dining room. Got another one, Yop. What happened?
No, they got free while I was practicing my mace swing.
What do you... Then he looks around and he's like, you just eating them while they're tied up? That's a little... counterproductive. It's not good training.
The only way to get better at something is to practice.
Perfect practice makes perfect. Not just beating people tied up on the floor.
I need to learn how to swing. I understand this is not an ideal replication of combat, but I need to learn how to swing my axe against a humanoid opponent.
Well, how about we practice instead of you just beating up tied up people?
Semblet spits on the floor.
You're still going on the bottom.
Greiner just looks at it and then it's like, okay. Actually, Semblet hasn't that many problems right now, but Greiner will throw a net over the one who ran away earlier and tie it up, so he's extra tied down now.
Okay.
And I will check the bonds on the 2 remaining fellows.
Okay. All right. Now what, guys?
I'll turn to Kiara and be like, Kiara, can you help me open these?
Hey, Greiner, if you're not busy, can we get these crates down from upstairs?
She's just
What's going on?
blinking at you, and she's like, I just can't understand you.
And I'm just gonna kind of motion with my arms and an motion open the crate, open up. And then I'll put my hands together.
Open.
And, a mouth open.
Okay, open the crates. I got you. But that's not how you say open the crates.
Perfect.
She'll open some crates.
Okay. Yeah, you get with the crowbar, you get to make strength checks with advantage to open them.
Oh. I mean, I can try. Did you want to do it? Because I have a -1 modifier.
Greiner grunts as he's shoving a shrag in Semblet's mouth, and tying it with a rope so he can't talk. just in case I wasn't done for. And then Griner like heads over this way. He's like, we're opening the crates that we're doing now.
Ah,
No,
Griner,
we're gonna
yes.
move them onto the keel boat. We'll open them en route. We gotta get going.
Oh, good lord, can I get like an? No, fine.
I would love if Kiara still tried to open one of these, like, while you're waiting for everyone to get upstairs.
I would do it.
Oh
I'm
no,
like,
I want to see if she. Let's see the nat 20. Let's see it.
I don't got a crowbar, but can I just use one of my 2 daggers to attempt?
Wait. Oh, right. You said you didn't have a crowbar. That was right.
Yeah.
You can't. You can still make the strength check using the tool, but you won't get the advantage.
Okay. Okay.
If we're
Okay.
going, let's drag these guys out, and Yumi's gonna go
Am I rolling just straight strength?
take our prisoners.
Um,
Yeah, let's
Yes.
get these guys outside. We can get them onto the. But once I finish summoning the disc, I can't go too far from it because it will follow me. So
the lid comes up off of the one of the nails pulls up enough that you can get the lid off of one of the crates.
Man, this was so much easier than opening up those fucking treasure chests in that one room.
And
You
inside,
did very well.
there are about half a dozen short swords, all of clean and utilitarian make, with the seal of the crown on them, which you two may or may not be. I don't think you're as familiar with. It's 2 pieces of or 2. What's the word? Blades, I guess, of wheat, crossed over one another, and
Stalks.
I think that's. Yeah, they're just very nicely made, but not beautiful in any way.
Does it make them more valuable?
it means they're made by the crowns.
It also
Smiths.
means that the guards, these were probably sold by the guards people that we heard about that were selling weapons to these people.
Yeah, roll your appraising check.
Yes.
Also, how many were in here?
6. 6 in that box.
6?
Mhm.
Okay, so after I put the lid back on, I'm going to carve a 6, and then I'm going to make a crown, so like just the 3 triangles going up and then connecting it, and then she's going to draw like a sword. She's going to carve it with her dagger at the top of it.
Okay.
As to mark, that's what's inside of that barrel.
All right. Griner comes in to see that.
So
yeah.
I climbed all these stairs for nothing.
Well, no, because they still have to be moved downstairs.
Sorry, I called the just the hard work.
Yes, I
Fine.
called the strong person to do the physical labor. That is a thing that just happened.
While he does that, I'm just gonna scoot closer to the back and open up another one while we're.
We're gonna move these first, Kiara. Can you grab some of those bolts of silk?
You want me to do a heavy lifting?
Oh no, the bolts of fabric are not heavy.
Silk?
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm like, what? Yeah. Okay, I got that. I'll
I
do
will
that.
also
Please,
bolts of
please
silk.
be careful. They are very valuable.
Very
You
valuable.
guys,
Got it.
I really don't understand fish.
Did you say fish?
Fish.
Whatever
Calling
he's
him a
speaking.
fish.
Wow. I don't understand cold.
Who said that just now? Because that voice just killed me.
Oh, that was me.
That was really funny.
Should I make that one of Vicar's voices?
Your,
Sorry,
your
trying to
new
mute.
winter voice is Kermit the Frog.
No, I like the current winter voice. Why?
You said you like it or you don't? I was coughing. Sorry.
I do. I like it.
Oh yeah.
To be
I
fair,
think it's great.
Cassie understands it, but I'm going with like your winter voice is like so Sylvan that my character has issues hearing it because her main language is the complete opposite of Sylvan. So
I fucking love that, like, especially if we're ever left in a room together and you're just like, I don't get it. Like, I really want the rest of the party to leave us alone so I can be like,
I'm
quickly,
always
clear
gonna
this
play
door.
it that
And
way.
you'd be like, I don't know.
roll on the floor? What?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have a keel boat that you can load up. You have the floating disc. Everybody. Okay, so it's storming still. You. Does anyone have water vehicle proficiency?
Yeah.
What do you think this is? A water-based game?
What am I, a cavalier?
No.
What am I, from the human realm?
Thank you.
There are boats in both of those places.
Yeah. But like,
anyway.
my rivers are way worse. not used to,
But like,
not used to rowing on something so calm.
we also
okay.
probably have our own people to row for us.
100%.
so-
we have people to row for us now.
You do, but a keelboat
Requires multiple people.
and not only that, but it also has a sail, which might be more advantageous in the current weather than rowing. So, would you like to sail or would you like to row? Because that requires different checks.
Fuck it, guys. Let's sail. If we get lost, we got Sambalette to get us back to shore. Bardic inspiration to the driver.
Sure, let's sail.
Guess if that's
All
what
right.
you guys want.
We have a lot of stuff to take out once. I feel like rowing would take 5 trips.
What?
Holy shit, you can mount a ballista on this thing?
Yeah. Okay. So, who is taking charge? Because that determines who gets the bardic inspiration and who has to make the intelligence check.
I mean, Griner will do it.
Reasonably
the
smart,
rolling.
but I think
I
our
mean-
artificer is probably the smartest among us.
I think I might be able to figure this out. And I'll assign everybody stations. And off we go.
Okay.
I would like to give bardic inspiration to the people who look like they have the most important job. Oh, wait. Could I? Wait, guys. I could just... Sambalette knows how to drive this thing. Why don't I just charm him into driving it for us?
That sounds like a terrible idea. We should not do that.
You can try it.
Sanbalette is on
I
a disc
agree with
floating.
whoever said it was a terrible idea.
Yeah, Sanbalette is on a floating disc, roughly 20 feet behind the keelboat. Right, so we put them on the disc.
I mean...
Amy made sure they're secured with rope so they
Uh-huh.
don't fall off
We
the
can
disc.
tie them to the floating disc.
We also could have just dragged our rowboat behind this boat with them in the rowboat.
No, this is better because we're torturing them. It's good.
Okay.
So that
Well, I was thinking if they're
But-
tied onto the disc, they can't jump off and try to get away. I mean,
And then,
trying to get away seems like a bad idea in this situation in general. But
but like, even if I magically charm him, I mean, he it's kind of like a binding contract where he doesn't necessarily disobey me.
I don't think I like that idea. Yup, you got this. And
It's not that far. If Sunny can manage a rowboat, I'm sure that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us can handle this boat. I mean, let's be real. If Sanballet and his 2 flunkies that we could kick the shit out of can handle it, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Well, look, that rope there controls which way, how much of the sail is catching the wind, and then you move that boom so that you're angled correctly. I think we've got this.
It plays a little music when you have your sails full of air.
All right. She's going to wrap her arms around Yop and give Yop a kiss on the cheek, giving her some bardic
thank you.
inspiration. She's going to be like, okay, your thickness, I believe you. And she's going to go. She's going to skip away.
What?
I think Yumi is getting sick over the side of the boat right now.
That is the greatest thing ever. Don't listen to these naysayers. That's amazing.
Okay. Yop, would you make me an intelligence check with your D6 bardic inspiration?
Oh boy. I'm moving us right into land, folks.
12.
Okay. You unfurl the sail and the wind catches and yanks the ship forward, and you can hear creaking and groaning, and you hear the splintering of wood as the mast is almost pulled from the deck and cracking against itself. But you catch this before it gets too bad. A little bit of mending pulls it up with enough strength and support from extra hands and the occasional magic charm. You are able to keep it in place, as well as figure out how to maneuver it in a way that it pulls you in the direction you intend. And in the typical, we'll say that this trip takes you only half an hour because of the weather. You make it to Saltmarsh down at, oh god, I'm so zoomed in. Docks down here. The wharf master meets you as you're making port, and
Land ho!
and requests 2 silver to dock here.
I'd be more than happy to give you 2 silver. That sounds like a great deal.
All right, and the name of vessel and name of captain.
Oh, I don't know that we've decided on any of that. Would anyone like to name the ship?
Our captain is Yop the Thick, and I don't know about the boat. And then I just skip.
You can call the boat the Turtle Shell.
He copies all that down.
Good name, yeah.
I'm legit dying over it.
Yeah, he copies all of that down, and then you guys can go as you please. Why don't you guys roll perception to find Tobias and Micah?
I will just assist whoever has the best perception.
Can I try to find our new
Or are
recruits
we all just rolling?
instead?
Try to find who?
The new recruits who told us to meet us at the docks.
Yeah, Tobias
yeah,
and
Toby
Micah.
And Micah.
Oh, is that? Whoops.
A couple of the shops or the shacks and things that have boat repair equipment and block and tackle and other things have broad what's the word? Canopies? No, not canopies, but awnings and porches and things for this exact kind of weather. And the 2 of them are sitting at a porch table at one of these places and waiting for you two, looking wet, maybe a little bit nervous, and tired. But yeah, they're here.
I am walking basically inland far enough to get the floating disc on land, and then I will unsummon it.
Okay. The 3 people drop.
3 feet. 3 feet.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Yeah, no, they're fine.
They've just been, floating over open water for the last half an hour.
I get
In a
right up.
storm.
I get right up in Sanbalet's face and say, "That's for spitting on the floor, young man."
The wharf master taps Zashel on the shoulder and says, "And what might that be?" Pointing at the 3 people in cuffs, in furry pink cuffs.
What does it look like? They're prisoners. Do you know where we could find Eleander or Carrick?
The jailhouse, I would assume.
Craddock, excuse me, not Carrick.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, not entirely familiar with the jailhouse, having never been there.
Oh,
you could.
Yumi can take you there.
Ah, perfect. Thank you, Dogmaster. And I will walk away.
Okay.
I will actually pull them to their okay, my strength is 10. I will attempt to pull them to their feet, the 3 prisoners.
That's okay. That means you're like an averagely strong person. You're not a weakling. Okay. Do you pick up Toby and Micah first, or do you just go straight to the barracks, or to the jailhouse, or what are you doing?
I think Yumi will go up to them, hand them a couple of silver, and tell them, "I'm sorry we're late. We have some errands to do. We will be back. Here, you can get some
Have them watch the
food."
boat.
Oh, yeah, could you go watch the boat? And she'll hand them each 4 silver.
Okay. The taller one, Micah, the scout, looks past you and sees the rest of the party behind, including the cuffed members of her crew, or of his crew, sorry.
Former crew.
Yeah. And then says, what's happening?
Well, see, we have to arrest them for what they're doing. But since you no longer work for them, we don't have to arrest you, right?
He's very nervously sweating, which is kind of hard to see in the rain. But is looking like fight or flight is activating. And says, "Are you sure? Are you gonna?" And he looks back over at the other people in cuffs, with the full understanding that, just yesterday you guys just said that they were all allies, and now they're all tied up. So
You should
yeah.
probably clarify that,
Can I walk up? Can I do I hear Yumi talking about this?
Sure.
Yumi, would you allow Kiara to like in one of those "here, let me help you out" type of soft gestures on your shoulder, and can I be like, "Well, you see, your friends over there, they tried to harm us yesterday, and they took some really innocent people captive, and we didn't want to. They just, you see, you guys decided to take the high road, and they took the low road, and they have to pay for what they've done, but you guys, you're one of us now, and we'll protect you."
They seem very nervous.
Yes, as long as
yeah.
you don't try to kick us out of our house.
Yeah,
Fine.
like that's what they did. That's a no-no.
One of you can roll persuasion with advantage.
Definitely not me.
Well,
I
yeah.
I think I am hella persuasive. One sec.
Yeah. I think because Yumi, you don't have persuasion as a.
I do.
Oh, you do as a skill.
A 22.
I do, yeah.
Perfect. All right. I mean, her first roll is good anyway. So, okay. They seem really nervous, but then take the coin and then go do as you asked, which is just to go get something to eat. I think is what you told them to do.
Yeah, and then
Watch
watch
the
the
boat.
boat. Yeah.
And watch the boat.
Get some food and then watch the boat.
Okay.
Hey, Yumi, we should also hire them to maybe guard the lighthouse on days that we're not home. Retrain
We
them to be
haven't
good
made
people.
the contract and what they're doing just yet. We said
Okay.
fix up the place, but they'll have to sign with Abernathy.
Okay.
Let's head to the jailhouse.
Okay, cool. So the jailhouse is clear down here. You guys are trudging through the rain. The stone roads are actually pretty well irrigated. So it's not like it's difficult or anything. It's just kind of unpleasant. And by the time you get to the jailhouse, which now that you're here, you can see that it is also let me see. The first floor of it. Oh, that's the wrong tab. The first floor is the barracks for a lot of the soldiers who are stationed out here, and there's quite a few soldiers who are here right now, either getting dry or getting ready to go on shift or resting. And there is an officer who is at the front desk, who is working on some paperwork and talking occasionally with people coming up and either reporting in or preparing to leave.
Just curious. Their
Huh?
weapons fit the same crown as the ones in the barrels.
Yes and no. A lot of them here are actually armed with spears or javelins or longer form weapons because they are cheaper and a little bit easier to maintain than a sword. But when you enter, the man at the desk motions for you to come in because, well, if someone who's not a guardsman is showing up, that means they either need help or they have something. So, he says, "Hey, there's quite a number of you here. What can I help you with?" And he sees the people locked up and says, "And what might that be?"
We have an understanding with one Eleander Firebrand, and I will produce my copy of the contract, which Eleander and I wrote up. Smugglers.
You barely get out the name Eleander before he stands up and holds out a hand to shake. He says, yes, of course. Commander Firebrand did warn me that you would be coming around here with with a couple of words. Yes, and I assume," and he points to the 3 shackled, "these would be it?"
Yes. Yep. These are the smugglers we found underneath the old mansion that we cleared out, and I'll vaguely gesture towards it.
The ones that are still alive, anyways.
I was going to gloss over that part, but, you know.
All right. And he takes the 3 of them in the shackles that you have, escorts them to the back of the barracks, and then...
do be careful with the front one, and I will gesture at Senbalet. That one's a caster. You might want to keep him gagged. Possibly mittens, you know. Prevent any sort of...
Oh,
shenanigans.
And if it's not too rude, could I get my handcuffs back when you're done?
Of course. We have our own special manacles that we put all of our own prisoners in for the. They're a bit of a sturdier lock, and as your serpentine friend mentioned, very good at keeping casters from moving, and takes them
Satchel looks
downstairs.
Vaguely offended, but
Yumi will
says
hand
nothing.
them the key to her manacles so they don't break them.
Okay. He takes the three of them downstairs, and a couple minutes later returns with the keys and your three, at this point, kind of matted, wet,
Yeah.
furry manacles.
Gotta get those clean.
Now, do you need any sort of reports from me, or should I just report to Eleander myself with what you brought me?
I mean, a written record of what we have provided would be useful. We also have the contraband, as per our agreement with Firebrand,
Aye, that I would...
awaiting him at the docks.
Yes, I would believe that he would most likely... I don't have anywhere to put that. That would be best if it were brought back to him, either at his estate or at the council hall.
Understood. Appreciate it.
All right. He does quickly fill out a little bit of paperwork that mostly states, like, a copy of what you said and his report on what you've brought in, and gives you a copy.
Just so I'm clear, your name is, so I know who I spoke to.
Craddock.
Ah, you are Craddock. Nice to meet you. I am Zashel. These are my companions. This is you, and I will introduce everybody, or allow them to introduce themselves. Nice to finally put a face to a name.
He shakes everybody's hand. He's kind of a bigger guy, with kind of you kind of noticed that a lot of the locals here have either auburn or reddish hair, and he fits that bill pretty nicely. And then what do you guys do?
Shall we head straight to Firebrand's place? Get that contraband unloaded? Not contraband.
Yeah. He should be at his place, right?
Should be, or he'll be at the... Craddock, do you know if he's in the council halls, or is he at his estate? Do you happen to know if the council is in session or something?
And he looks outside, out a window, says, kind of hard to tell by the time, but I would assume that he's either leaving now or he'll be at the council hall soon. If you hurry, you might be able to catch him on the road or at his house before he's out.
Appreciate it. Out of curiosity, Craddock, what is the punishment for smuggling around here?
It mostly just a short amount of jail time, depending on the severity and the council ruling. Around here, the what is the word? The sentencing is brought on by about usually two of the council members confer, and if it becomes a little bit more difficult, they meet in a group of 3 and then 5. And then oftentimes, though, depending, we have a rather stapled charter for the that correlates pretty directly with the severity of the crime. Depending on how long it's been in here, anywhere from maybe a month of jail time to a couple of years.
I see. And what is the punishment for kidnapping?
Oh, that one gets a little bit lengthier, and he flips through a large book that he has at his desk, and says, depending on the severity of the crime, length of time the victim has been in custody, and a couple of other things, a couple of years to maybe a decade or so.
I see.
Why?
Oh, well, when we were dealing with them, they took several of our associates.
Hostage.
I suppose, is the correct. Tied them up, locked them up in our own house, things like that. It was very unpleasant, which resulted in the aforementioned dispatching of several of them before we can capture these 3.
I see. And he makes a note of that in his own record. I'll be sure to keep that in my own report.
All right, let's hopefully we can catch Iliander on the way. Kredek, I hope you have a fine day.
As to you. Okay. You guys just head towards the estate?
Yes.
Anybody have anything you need to do in the meantime? Or want to do?
I don't think so. Yumi might suggest we just go to the council hall and wait there, so we're not running around in circles trying to find him.
Kara's gonna make pit stops in towns for reasons that I'll text you about.
Okay. Yumi suggests going straight to the council hall. Anyone else object to that?
Nope.
Okay. So you guys go straight to the council hall, and you're getting there just as Etta and the older gentleman Gellin are getting in, and Etta seems not really surprised to see you again, but pretty warm. Just, "Oi, you lot, you're back again. What?
Yes,
Is everything all right?"
everything is wonderful. We just came here to speak to Mr. Firebrand.
Oh well, he's more than likely here already. He's very astute and punctual, and she opens the door for you to enter.
Thank you. He'll be in his office then, I assume.
She nods. And sure enough, he is at his office. The door is actually open, and it looks like he's actually only just gotten in a little bit ago. His hair is still very wet. And he looks up when you enter and says, "Oh, you made it back rather quickly, and there are a lot of you. Come inside."
File into his office.
Any news then?
We have turned over 3 smugglers to Kredek. They are being hosted within your jails, and we have several crates, barrels, and loose items which we were able to recover from their smuggling operation.
All right. Might I see what you've acquired?
Yes, it is currently at the docks, I'm afraid. We were
It's
not...
too much for us to carry. We were hoping maybe you'd have some people to come and get it or something.
Yes,
Maybe a cart.
That shouldn't be too much trouble. Just give me one moment. And he grabs his wet overcoat, and then goes across the hall to Etta, who's just getting in. They chat for a minute, and she comes over with him and says, "Sounds like you need a little bit. You need some extra hands down at the dock. Is that what I hear?"
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, follow me. And she leads everybody at a very brisk pace, especially for someone of her age, out back into the rain. Eliander is coming with. Once she gets to the docks, she starts calling out to people, like bystanders and a couple of people in at the stands and shops and things, and soon has a good handful of capable and able-bodied folk, and says, "All right, what needs unloading?"
I will gesture towards the turtle shell.
All right.
The crates, the barrels. I believe there are some loose bolts of silk as well. Unfortunately, we did not have time, nor did we think it safe, given the waters, to catalog everything But I trust that is something you will.
Eleander nods, and Etta claps her hands and shouts out to the people who are with her and says, "Unload them, bring them to the council hall." And then very quickly, very, very quickly and efficiently, everyone takes care of this for you and brings it back inside. And then she goes around and hands out a couple pieces of coin to the folks who helped out, and then takes you all back to the council hall, where she and Eleander begin going over the acquired goods. When they get to the crates, however, one of them has been opened. The other one has not. Etta goes back to her.
Crate we open?
Yeah. There's one crate that you guys have opened, and then one that has not been opened. She goes to what's her name? Manistrod's office, and steps in for a second, comes back out with a crowbar, and jams it into the box and pries it open. And inside are long swords of similar make, and she and Eleander exchange very concerned and puzzled looks. And she puts a hand on one of the boxes and looks at the rest of you and says, "Now, where did you say that you were getting this?"
It came from the caves beneath the house that you sent us to. I'm unsure where they originally acquired it, but I'm sure you can interrogate some of the captives that are within your jail net.
Right. Well...
Is there a problem?
Well, there might be. Well, there certainly is. These are stolen and reported missing goods from the jailhouse. This is exactly the count and number that we were looking for.
Well then.
From the jailhouse where I just sequestered the smugglers. The kidnappers, let's tell it as it is.
Oh, don't worry about that. I believe if there's special cells that within that keep even the craftiest of folks from escaping.
I'm sorry. Should we be worried that these things went missing from that jailhouse, and we just dropped off people? If they have an inside man, won't they be released?
Well, maybe not necessarily. We might be able to push up a court date rather quickly, and maybe begin talking over with some of your men, Eleander. And he looks annoyed at the comment, and says, "Yes, if necessary, I can begin some private interrogations of my men. Now, did you have any more information on that ship that you told me about?" I'm talking to you guys.
Not yet. It has not arrived, but we will be able to give you some more information in a few days' time.
Etta's drumming her fingers on the lid of the crate and says, "All right. Keep us informed. Is there anything else we might be able to help you all with?"
Satchel looks around at everybody. Anything?
I realize now that I don't have a crepe. We have an extra crowbar laying around. Hey,
A what?
I realize I don't have a crowbar anymore. I suppose you have an extra one.
She just turns, and in that same kind of intense shout that she was like the captain's bellow that she gave down at the docks, she just shouts down the hall to Manistrad and saying, "Hey, Manny, do you mind if I give him your crowbar?" And the dwarf woman pokes her head out and she's like, "The fuck you giving away my shit for?" And then she goes over and returns the crowbar to Manistrad, and Manistrad goes back into her office and slams the door.
Okay. I think maybe I'll just procure a crowbar from elsewhere. Make it.
What do you plan on doing with all those barrels of brandy?
Aye, well, they're smuggled goods. Putting them back on the market might not be, I think, the best idea, but dumping them's quite the waste. Perhaps some... Alejandro, you mentioned something about in their contract being offered some sort of reward for a job well done and performed. And he nods, and she says, I can't imagine a couple of cases of ale. What? They're maybe 10 gold apiece. It's not too outrageous. And she pulls aside 5, and then indicates the 8 that are left and says, maybe they're right. Maybe that should count for the current appreciative gesture.
Yop looks around hopefully at the other party members.
Yumi kind of shrugs because she doesn't drink.
So are we paying for the? I'm a little confused.
She's offering them as partial payment for the work that you guys have done to this point.
Partial bonus. Right?
All of
not the actual cash payment.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I was confused. I was like, I don't know if we want to take this instead of money. Grindr looks at Yop and says, "Could make it a party."
Not exactly.
Grindr looks to towards person. I can't remember names right now. Says, well, I think me and Yop are fully on board.
He's technically back at the lighthouse.
Oh, okay, that's why I can't remember who it was, because they are not here. I think in that case, Grindr will just say, well, me and Yop are down for is it rum or ale?
Brandy.
Yeah, I think me and Yop are down for brandy. If no one else has any objections, I think that's solid.
Zashel just kind of gestures. Yeah, that's fine.
Wonderful. Zashel, would you mind assisting with the transportation of these barrels?
I'm sure the folks here will be happy to carry them back. If not, yes, I can.
Oh, what a wonderful idea.
All right.
It'll take me 10 minutes to get that disc up, but we can use that. It's 8 bottles of brandy or 8 casks of brandy?
Casks. Smaller casks, but casks. And one way or another, you guys get that down to the boat. And Micah and Toby are there.
Oh, wait. Are we getting our monetary compensation as well?
You have not completed your contract
we have to do the boat thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't quite sure what the contract is.
Mm-hmm. All right. And I'm getting rid of the silk and the short swords, because they're taking them in for now anyway. Okay. Now what, guys?
Does anyone have anything to do in town, or should we go back and make a plan to deal with the ghost of the sea?
I don't have anything that needs to get done in town now.
I have some shopping I need to do, some supplies I need to pick up.
Just so you know, Kiara bought you a set of your incense and such for your spell.
Oh. Yeah, I'll pick up a couple more just to be safe.
Mhm. Yep.
I have a feeling that's going to happen a few more times.
Oh, for sure.
Question for you, Sarah. Can I spend some time like searching for ingredients rather than just paying for them? Like for my potion stuff.
For alchemy, not necessarily, because the things that make them magic require you having to basically go and find wild, like you have to then like go to the Dreadwood and hunt there. Like you would have to go miles out of town and hunt for them in a specific location where you know magic is going to be existing in a space. Because you can't go. I'm not gonna say you can go around town and pick up mushrooms and herbs and things, and then be able to brew a potion. I'm going to say, if you're in town, you have to purchase them, and only certain magical, magical creatures or plants that you encounter outside of that, outside that setting, is when you would be able to acquire them. Does that make sense? Components.
Okay. So I'll just have to wait till we're outside of town, or we have enough free time that I can go do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so no potions for anybody.
Because you said mushrooms, I have to ask, can we find mushrooms that make drugs from walking around town, or does that have to be outside as well?
Yop is very interested in the answer to this question.
Again, the type of mushrooms that would grow in an urban setting, no. But if you went to the Dreadwood, or even this grove right here, which is called the Sea Grove of Obed High, you might be able to find something, but you would also very much likely encounter dangerous things as well.
Okay, just to file away for information. I don't think Yumi's gonna be the one making
What's
drugs,
the group say about a trip to the woods for drugs and or maybe some potions?
And I'm not going to dissuade you guys from doing that. I'm just saying the kinds of vegetation that grow around town are not going to be the kind that you can get high off of.
Yop doesn't like this town.
You could probably pry around to find people who have private collections, but you couldn't go into someone's yard and see a
just pick up psychedelic mushrooms
and trip balls in someone's
and
on front of someone's porch.
Right. In the presence of the council members, maybe not the best place to inquire about those topics.
I mean, it's not technically as far there's. I mean, I can't really just say it's not illegal, but there's not really any reason for it. There's not really any reason in this setting for it to be illegal.
Right. Gotcha.
Probably in the same vein of public drunkenness. As long as you're not hurting anybody, everybody does it.
Nice. Yop loves this town. So does anyone have any business in town, or should we go back and come up with the plan for the second part of this contract?
I have nothing to do in town. Not until tomorrow anyways. I have some stuff to pick up.
Okay. Well, I guess we should head back to the lighthouse. I have some business at the forge, but it's nothing pressing. It can wait.
Oh, I guess I could get the armor work done. Plate armor.
Mm-hmm.
Get refitted and all that nonsense, but...
I mean, it's still gonna, we're still going with our crafting rules of you have to, it's half cost to, it's half cost to have materials to do these things.
What?
You said plate armor. Yeah.
The plate armor that we already have.
Oh, yes.
I was just nothing mechanically, just getting it refit
okay.
my friend.
Okay, alright. I heard somebody say go back to the lighthouse. Is that what you guys want to do? You have approximately a day, maybe 2 days, before you should be expecting the Ghost of the Sea at the haunted house.
Yeah, let's go back to the lighthouse and try and come up with a plan.
Yeah.
How much does a ballista cost? Just mount a ballista on the top of the tower and shoot the ship.
I mean, once you guys get to like level, maybe I don't remember what rank it is, but you get to do that as a rank up. So you guys go back to the keelboat. Toby and Micah are there, and they know how to sail. So they'll take over and get you guys through
Yap
the
is
rain.
still barking out instructions.
They're ignoring you when they're not helpful.
Yeah, wise decision.
And they get you back home. When they come inside, when you all come inside, I think Abernathy has a bit of a panic attack when he sees more bandits. But after a bit of yelling and some reassurance, it becomes clear that they are supposed to be new hires. So he goes into his office to draft some paperwork. So yep.
Just imagine he underlines 3 times and circles, if you hurt anyone, your contract's null and void, or whatever the fuck.
No tying me up in my office.
Yeah, at the bottom, handwritten in like extra large font, like fucking just no tying me up. Unless specifically requested.
So gang, what
Sorry,
does anyone
Sarah,
have
I
any
noticed
thoughts on
fucked
how
up
we
that
can deal with
sounded
this
after
Ghost
I
of the
said
Sea?
it.
Sorry, you both talked over each other.
Cass, go for it.
I said, sorry, Sarah. I noticed how fucked up that sounded, so I had to explain.
Oh no, it's fine. It sounded like she was making a sex dungeon plus feathers. And I was horrified by that possibility. It's fine. That's not what she's doing. She's not even making a sex dungeon, so I'm fine.
I know. I thought the same thing. Like after I typed it and sent it to you, and I was like, "Whoa, wait, Sarah! I swear I'm not making
It's
a
like
red room.
rope,
I promise."
poles, bags. I was like, oh my god. Ugh.
Feathers. I was like, wait a minute. Oh my god. Wait, Sarah, that's not what I mean.
Okay.
What I mean is much sweeter. I promise.
No, you're doing a very nice thing for other people.
As soon as I heard ropes and pulleys, I was like, "Yep, that's a sex dungeon."
Adam, what were you saying?
Does anyone have any ideas on what we should do about this Ghost of the Sea?
Am
Well,
I with the group?
I think we should have some.
Yeah, I would assume we
cargo
waited
at
for everyone to
if
come
we're
back.
making a deal with them.
Yeah.
Oh, are we waiting for when to discuss things?
No, you guys are all together. Cass, your errand's relatively small enough that they could have been done while everyone else was moving around town taking care of things together. You're all good.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, because Doug isn't here to discuss plans.
That is true. That is a valid point.
Well, we've only got 10 minutes left of session anyway, so so planning might not get you too far.
right. Well, I got one other thing that I can knock out
Alright.
before the planning. Well, I was wondering, since we're all here, if it would be possible, maybe we could have a quick discussion. I'm going to need to set up a little workshop. And I was wondering if it would be okay for me to pick a room for that. I don't need anything very large.
What is room 14 again?
It is a storage space that looks like it has had a bunch of hoarders shit crammed into it.
Oh, okay.
like old newspapers and glass things.
I don't see why you shouldn't be able to set up a forge. I mean, I assume if the major has a problem with it, he will say something.
Well, to be clear, I'm going to set a forge
Workshop,
up, but I'm going to set a forge. I'm going to have the forge outside. I don't think the structural changes necessary to set a forge up safely within the lighthouse would be very wise. So the forge itself will go outside, but I need a little workshop area for some brewing that I plan on doing, and some winemaking, and some other little tinkering that I have started plotting out.
That's okay with me as long as I also have a room. I kind of bought a lot of stuff to set up a training course. That way we could help Yop, practice our club swings, and Yumi could teach us archery. So I bought all these poles and these ropes and some bags and feathers for us to mark up and practice. So maybe if we have a small little gym as a way to see where we can all just keep fit and practice daily.
That sounds fantastic. I think something on the first floor.
Yeah, I don't think there are any rooms left on the first floor. I think perhaps the room next to the major, right, or maybe across. If it would be too loud, maybe the room sort of across the lighthouse from the major on the first floor would. Oh, I see. The ground floor is all taken, but yes, maybe room 8 or room 10. Those seem nice and large. They would make lovely gymnasium.
Actually, is there a lot of space outside of the lighthouse? Could we build some sort of covering and make it outside? I don't know about training indoors in case we might break something.
Are you planning on setting off explosions? I don't think we're gonna break anything with any arrows.
Yeah, I don't think the gym would hurt inside. I mean, I bought all the stuff to create all the dummies that we could hang from the ceiling and put on the poles, and then that way it'll stay a little bit drier too. We are on kind of a isolated island surrounded by water.
Yeah, I could see the concern with archery inside, but yeah, I think everything else should be fine.
I mean, I don't have any magic, but some of us do, and it might not be the safest to practice indoors.
This is purely a non-magical zone.
But what if we want to do range? What if someone wanted to do range magical practice?
Well, it sounds like maybe we should set up both. Set up a location inside for all the practice dummies and other equipment that we wouldn't want exposed to the elements. And then maybe we can create some sort of covering outside for ranged combat options.
Yeah, I think we would also need different targets for magical combat because they would make everything burst into flames, which would ruin them.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing any sort of that kind of magical practice inside or outside, really, because that just seems like a good way to hurt something.
This was mainly to help Yop learn how to use her swagger and, aim her mace a little bit better, make her feel a little bit more comfortable.
Well, I've been thinking about that. I think that perhaps my problem is that I've just been trying to swing as hard as I could and use whatever strength I have to do the most damage. But that's not really my forte, as it turns out. So I think perhaps if I use my old noggin a little bit more than my muscle, I might end up having a better time with the mace.
And we could still practice.
I will need a place to practice that. That is very true. How about room number 10?
And I mean, it doesn't have to be a training room forever. It's just for right now.
Okay.
Plus, I don't really know how to use bow and arrows, so we could practice with arrows that don't have tips.
You see Yumi's eyes kind of twitch at that.
Maybe blunted arrows. The ones that don't have tips will have the right weight, and I won't aim correctly.
What is in room 10 right now? Do we remember? I think 8 is where we.
If I remember correctly, if my notes are correct, the rooms that are currently unoccupied are 8, 10, 6, and then on the second floor, 5, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought 8 was the room with all the mattresses that was serving as our not barrack, but bunk room.
Yes, but the mattresses haven't even been they're not even in bed frames right now. They're it's waiting for you guys to move in and put things as you want.
Okay.
Yep. There's eight currently has the loose furniture that you guys can use to put other places.
I think that room will make a fine training room.
Lovely. We'll put a training room in room 10. And, about that workshop location, I was thinking rooms 2 and 3 seem to be the smallest, and I don't need a lot of space. Would anybody object to me taking one of those rooms?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Wonderful. I will set up shop in room 2.
Which room are Missy and Sunny in?
Technically they're in 9, but you can put them where you want them.
They're fine.
All right. In order to get to 10 and 6, you do have to cut through their room, but that's not an issue. Okay, what else are you... Any other RP things you guys want to handle right now? For example...
Quetzal?
Yeah, you can do that.
That cost me.
Can I go up to oh wow, my brain just went blank. Zashel, and I'll be like, while I was in town, I kind of picked up some components for you to resummon our little friend. I'm really sad that he died. It makes me super sad, actually. I kind of miss Quetzal, and I'm gonna hand you over stuff to summon your pet again.
Thank you. If it makes you feel better, he technically cannot die. He is a celestial now, and so anytime he is, air quoting here, destroyed, he merely goes to a very sunny, wonderful, warm realm. In fact, I'm sure he's happier there than he is here, but,
I mean, yeah, but it's still sad to see him, be destroyed.
Poof away, yeah. I was not particularly happy with Vicaris for that.
I mean, if I was there, Vicaris would have got the whip.
And Quetzal is back in his little Argyle sweater.
Yes, this little sock sweater is the best.
And Yop has bounded upstairs to start setting up some ale and wine brewing and distilling.
Okay.
Kiara would probably ask Greinard if he would help her set up the training room, because by far out of the group to her, he is just like the walk up to someone and bare fist them in the face and they just pass out. So she's gonna ask him to help her set up a really kick-ass training room.
I mean, Grindr is trained at all sorts of weapons. I do find it mildly amusing, though, that his tried and true method of punching people in the face was actually not trained. It was just people tried to hit him while he didn't have a weapon. He punched him in the mouth, and it was super effective. And just kept doing it.
I don't think she knows that.
I know, but I
Which
just
is-
think it's
which
funny
is
as hell.
something- Which is something that, like, maybe they talk about while they're working together if he chooses to, help her.
Like, yeah, so Garner will help Kiara set up the training room. And like occasionally he's like goes to set something up and he's like he has to think from it. He's like, was it like that? And then eventually he admits he's like, I mean, I know how to use a lot of different weapons, but like I kind of like stopped using them after a while because the other orcs like to pick on me because they thought I was small and weak, so they would try and ambush me all the time just to fuck with me, and they would just seem to never be quite expecting me to not reach for a weapon and just punch them straight in the mouth. So that's kind of just what I stuck with. So I kind of just haven't like used the training dummy in a long time.
Okay. So, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna be like, well, you're really, really good at it. Please don't ever use a weapon.
I
But
can use a weapon too.
yeah, but you're just so really good with your fists. Why waste time grabbing for a weapon when you could just knock them out?
That's generally the idea, but I'm not. I wouldn't suggest trying to punch down a door. I mean, I could probably do it, but if I had the option, I'd rather use an axe.
Okay. Well, we'll let you axe the doors, but punch the people. Oh, and also, I think the training dummy is supposed to kind of look like this. And she's like got a rough little sketchy layout of like what the like a dummy and like targets hanging from the ceiling. And she's just asking for your help on like what she needs to do to assist you. And then that's what she does.
Alright. I think at some point he the melee targets are relatively easy for him to set up, but at some point he goes and retrieves Monkey, I forgot your character's name.
Yumi?
Yes, goes and gets Yumi and like, can you tell me what the archery targets? I was never good at that.
Usually you just draw rings and then you just put it anywhere.
Well, yeah, but like, what are we making the targets out of?
Oh, I mean, sometimes we just draw it on paper and then stick it on a post.
Oh, did you want to use like broadheads? I mean, I guess we could do that. We'd also need like wide pieces of wood, which you don't have. So
I mean, you could just draw them on a bag and hang the bag from the ceiling.
that sounds doable. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay. Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite color?
Huh. I'm gonna say. Yeah. Let's go with burnt orange.
Okay.
The Aggie in me is screaming right now.
Why?
Don't worry about it. I'll explain it later.
Okay. I will try my best. And she'll wave at you. And leaves.
Okay. Wait. What? Okay. Okay. Grainar mentally notes that down as ask her what she's doing. Do I really not have I don't have a note sheet. Okay.
What?
Fucking classic me.
A note sheet? You should. The
I think I
obviating?
Oh, is that supposed to be a note sheet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
Everyone else is using them.
I thought you gave that to us because we were supposed to put like the features we got from the obliviating thing in there. That's what I was gonna do, and I never forgot about it.
Yeah, that was like originally what I had done that for, but then Adam bought the book, and then I was like, this actually works really well for the note tracking because, like, for people like the Documancer and the Hordes person, and even the Loremonger, the notes that they take that are specific to them as their own rank, will also be good notes as players. So, but I didn't make it explicitly clear, so.
Okay.
Oh, okay, because as a decisionist, I don't think I'm taking any decisionist related notes, but I will use them for personal note.
Yes.
I'm gonna rename it.
That's fine. I think you actually do have. I think part of your job you do have to record anytime you guys have to take a vote on something. So remember that.
Okay. Like official vote where I use decisionish, or just every day, like, hey, should we go here or here? I don't need to record that, right?
Probably not, but anytime you have to use your voting kit or your coin.
Like I didn't have to go, hey, we should just head straight to the council today as the thing I record down, right?
Probably not.
Yumi's probably gonna take very minimal notes on decision making and forget that's her job until someone reminds her.
Okay, any last minute things before we close for the night?
Yumi's gonna go around and ask everyone their favorite colors.
Okay, I'll let you pick who you talk to first, so not everyone's shouting at you.
Yes, I'll go find Zashel.
Zashel is somewhere playing with Quetzal. Oh, hi.
Hey, I see that Quetzal is back. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Glad he's not forever gone. So, I was wondering, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color?
Yeah, just trying to get to know people.
Yellow, I suppose.
Okay, thank you.
What's yours? He looks a little confused, but
I like pink a lot. Pink is pretty.
that
It's a
does
nice
explain the cuffs.
Red and white.
Interesting. Okay.
I also like red and white a lot too. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at conversations.
Did you say you also like red and white,
Yes.
as in the colors to make pink?
Yes.
That is what she said.
said
Okay, just wanted to clarify that's what we were getting at.
Okay, and then who do you talk to?
I think I will go find Yop.
Okay.
Yop has already set up 2 brewing stations and is now probably writing on the floor in chalk as you come in.
Do you need any help with that?
Oh, I greatly appreciate the offer, but I'm just trying to think through a few things, and I got some plans, and if I get stuck anywhere, I'll be sure to come ask you for help.
All right. I guess I'm just trying to get to know everyone a little better.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
What is your
Where are
favorite
you
color?
from? Are you from here? You seem to know a lot about the town.
Yes. I am from around here. And she looks a little nervous as she says that.
Oh, well, was it a nice place to grow up?
Um, it was.
Oh
then it
no, was
wasn't.
it not? Oh, I'm so sorry. What went wrong?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
And you see her kind of flinch as if she's having war flashbacks.
Fortunate
Oh,
son
he did.
plays in the background.
It's okay. Oh, I was gonna offer you something to drink, but then I remembered, you'd have a year to go.
Oh, I mean, I do cook with alcohol, and the taste is fine, but it's no longer alcoholic, so...
Oh, well, that's lovely. In about 8 to 10 days, there will be a lovely brew here that you can cook with. The mead, I'm not so hopeful for.
I mean, the brandy might make some really good desserts.
Oh, that sounds lovely. One doesn't get to be 450 pounds by skipping dessert.
I thought that was more your shell. I'm sorry, is that racist of me?
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the shell's a lot of the weight, but the shell needs food to grow big and strong too.
Right, so, what is your favorite color?
Oh well, yeah. You see my lovely hat and my lovely sash. They're a very pretty gold color, and that's my favorite because that is what Gond likes.
That is what who likes?
Gond. He's the lord of creation and of invention, and he's quite wonderful. And do you have a moment to talk about Gond?
Maybe a little bit later. I have
Oh, okay.
notes I have to do, and I still need to go talk to Kiara.
Oh, that's fine. That's
I'm
lovely.
sorry, Gon is spelled G-O-N, is that correct?
G-O-N-D.
Oh, okay, there's a D there. That's
Yes.
looks a little confused at spelling. Okay, yes. Gon.
Okay, I will mark down that we'll talk about him later.
Yes, I would love to hear more.
The D is
Excellent.
very important.
Wait, the what is very important?
I'll see myself out. Don't worry about it.
She'll go find Kiara last, cause...
Bye!
Bye!
Wait, did you talk to Grynar about his favorite color yet?
I did, I asked
Oh,
her.
okay.
was the
That was
first
first. That
one.
was first. Okay. That's right. All right, Kiara.
Kiara, is still setting up the training room, I suppose?
Yep.
I will grave at Grynar and awkwardly say, I forgot to ask her what her favorite color is, and then shuffle over to where Kiara is.
Krainer's like in the corner fixing up like one of those mannequin fucking looking training dummies. He like ties a rope and he just looks over at her and just like looks confused and he just shrugs at her like, okay.
Hey, Kiara, how are you doing?
Hey, Yumi! And she's gonna turn around, she like gives you like the peace sign, and she's got like red paint all over her because she's like painting circles all over these like feather bags that they've been creating.
Oh,
What's up?
That's I was just trying to get to know everyone, and I was asking them what their favorite colors are.
Oh. She stands up and she literally does a twirl. Every single thing that she's wearing is purple, like a different shade of purple. So she's gonna be like, "Well, my favorite colors, well, any shade of purple you can imagine. What's your favorite color, Yumi?"
Yeah, I thought that because you said you wanted purple manacles, but I just wanted to
do.
make
That'd be
sure.
so cool. Oh, and then like maybe later on I could get a purple whip. Ah, so many cool things I could do.
Okay, purple it is. And I think a lot.
What was your favorite color?
I like pink. I like white. I
Oh.
like red.
You know, those are all very good colors, and they all. Well, yeah. Okay. Okay. She scribbles that down on a piece of paper and puts it in her boob pocket.
Yumi kind
She
of
doesn't
eyes
have
that
her
a little
backpack on her right
confused.
now, so she
Stuffs
folds it
in
up
her
and
bra.
tucks it in her boots.
Boob pocket.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh.
That makes me think other things that I didn't want to think.
Well, thank you for telling me your favorite colors. Next time
Yeah.
I'm in town, maybe I'll be able to find something really cool to buy you. I mean, I've
Oh.
already got Zashel a pet snake, and I'm doing this training group for Yop, and then I bought some other things that I haven't revealed yet because I can't remember on a game. And that's about it.
Yumi's gonna do a thing now that the DM has to answer, because she's gonna go find Missy, Sunny, and Abernathy and ask them their favorite colors.
Fuck. Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Abernathy likes red. Sunny likes blue. Missy likes green. Do you go and ask the major?
Yes.
No, I think I'm a little too afraid to. I might knock on his door.
And then run away.
Missy said green, right? Okay, I'll ask
Yes.
the major. Yes. Does
Okay.
he respond to the knocking?
Have we ever actually been introduced to the major?
You haven't.
Okay.
You knock and immediately hear in the time it takes you to kind of think, was this the right decision? You hear someone moving inside, and a gentleman opens the door. Let me just find him real quick.
I'm gonna laugh if he's like 10 out of 10. It's gonna fucking kill me.
If what?
Never mind, continue on.
Okay. A gentleman with a bit of a beard, shoulder-length hair. He's got the salt marsh, red hair, and a kilt. Answers, and he says, "Oi,
Hi,
What
my
about
name
you?
is Yumi. I'm living here now, and I guess I was trying to get to know everyone." And she kind of sticks her hand out to shake.
He's kind of got giant hands. He's built very broad and all of his features kind of complement that. And he shakes your hand, and he says, "I see."
Yes, and I was just asking everyone what their favorite color is, and I didn't want you to feel left out. Unless that's weird. And then she kind of scratches the back of her neck awkwardly, nervously.
He chews the inside of his cheek for a second, says, "I know, I don't think that's too weird. But, bit strange to ask, I think. Not impolite. My favorite color, I'd say, is probably gray, like the fog."
Gray like the fog. That's very descriptive. Thank you. I hope we're not disturbing you.
I did hear something happen in the middle of the night the other day that was rather loud. But,
There was a bit of a commotion due to some poor planning. We apologize for disturbing you. And then she kind of gives him a bow.
he does the nod in return and says, "I think you've been fine so far. You've been respectful tenants. Just as per contract, don't forget to pay your monthly dues, and it shouldn't be an issue."
Okay, I do have one question.
Hmm.
About the floor above here. The floor is actually missing in one of the rooms. Is that something we can fix? Is that something we should avoid touching?
He steps away from the door, and he's kind of had it mostly closed. And as he moves away, it opens a little bit, and you can kind of see into the room. It's mostly kept dark. And he returns with a small, like, flat and smooth and round bit of crystal. And he says, "It's mostly a trick. You can break this, and that floor should open for you."
Oh, wait. I'm a little confused. What?
There's a charm in that room. Makes it look like there's empty space on the floor, yes?
Oh. Is it supposed to be a secret?
Of sorts.
Alright, I won't tell anyone. And she gives him a wink and says, thank you for letting me know, though. It was very nice of you.
He nods and smiles, and you can tell by the kind of strain in the smile that he doesn't usually smile.
Do you like desserts? We're probably gonna make some later. And we'll bring you some if you'd like. I'm not sure when, but soon. In the next few days.
I wouldn't be opposed.
Alright, and then she'll bid her goodbye and leave.
Alright, and then he closes the door.